Hello Kitty Island Adventure has a ton going on right now. We've covered most of it. I'll give you a really quick recap. We have one new thing to add to that, and then we actually have news about the next major content update, 1.5. 1.5 is not a hot fix. It would actually bring new content to the game. Let's start with that recap of everything that's going on right now. We have two events in the game. We have the Luck and Lantern celebration, where each day you can log in, pick up 7 glowing dragon pearls on the ground in Seaside Resort, that main area, and then you'll get 4 more from your 4 daily tasks if you complete those, and you can use those to buy the items at the stand. The items don't rotate, so feel free to use your dragon pearls as you want. In order to get the dragon hat associated with the event, you need to be logging in each day and collecting from that login bonus calendar. We are on part 2 right now, and then probably as we get really close to the last week of the month, we should see a finale bonus calendar pop up, and that is most likely where we're finally going to see that dragon costume. Again, we'll get 7 of those dragon hats so that we can have 1 in every color, so I suspect we'll see the same thing happen with the dragon costume. The other event that we have is the Hugs and Hearts Festival, where each day you will catch 1 love bug, release it into the habitat in exchange for 1 piece of the Hugs and Hearts furniture. Remember, if you want duplicates of either event furniture, be sure to bring Tuxedo Sam with you. There are full guides to both of these events on the channel if you want to know what all the items are, how to get every one of them, how many days you'll need to log in. So both of those are going on now. The Hugs and Hearts Festival has its daily login bonus calendar, and this is how you're going to get all of the clothing. And then just today we got the finale bonus calendar for the Hugs and Hearts Festival. This is new for today. This is a 7-day login bonus calendar. You only have 3 buffer days, so be sure to start logging in every day soon. If you want that new pink critter catching hat with the hearts on the front, if you wait too long, you won't have enough days left because the hat is on day 7. Now, the other new thing we have to discuss is the next big content update. We have official news about 1.5. That is the next big content update. That's when we get things like new visitors, new characters, new events and quests. So let's go over all the official information for 1.5, and then let's think about what maybe it could mean. So what we know for sure for 1.5, we have a name. It is going to be the Merry Meadow update. We know that it is coming sometime this month. That's right, we're getting 1.5 in February. Apple Arcade updates are typically released on Thursdays, and in February we have the 15th, the 22nd, and the 29th left. Now, I don't think it's going to be this week, so that leaves us with the 22nd or the 29th. To me, it feels like the 29th makes more sense. That's going to be towards the end of the Luck and Lantern celebration. It's almost March, but it could be the 22nd. However, we were just told that the 1.4 Fully Furnished Fun spoiler chat would be archived the end of this week. I went back and checked the dates, and the 1.4 spoiler chat was opened on December 24th. It's 2 weeks before its January 11th launch date, so we may actually be seeing this update sooner than I was thinking, and I suspect we're going to get a ton of information about this update, and at least its release date very soon. We'll have to wait and see when they do release a date. I think there's 2 other major pieces of information that we have about 1.5 at this point. So some of our first mentions about 1.5 had said that it was going to be focusing a lot on the cabins, not cabin decorating, but sort of cabin mechanics, making it easier to locate your visitors. However, we also heard that the things they wanted to do with the cabins ended up being too big to fit all in 1.5, so some of those features are coming in 1.6, but right now we don't know which are coming in 1.5 for sure and which are going to be pushed to 1.6. However, good news to everybody who's been trying to shuffle around their visitors to get them in just the right cabins. We've been told specifically the visitors in 1.5 will not strain your cabin arrangements. So this tells me 2 things. 1, that there will be new visitors, and 2, that I won't have to shuffle them around, and that could mean any number of things. That could mean that we're getting a new way for visitors to join us, or more likely, the visitors that we're getting don't have a location requirement, meaning that they are probably not going to be relatives of our existing friends on the island. So these could be more Cafe Cinnamon friends, or if we get another Cloud Island situation and we're exploring a new area and the new visitors are tied to that, but we don't have any indication of new cabins or new areas, only that we won't have to shuffle our visitors around in 1.5. Other things that may be a part of the cabin aspect, the ability to relocate visitors without having to go through kicking them out and waiting for them to return, has been discussed as something coming to 1.5, but we don't know if it may be pushed to 1.6. There's also been discussion of adding a requirement for Dear Daniel so that he won't find every cabin and seaside resort so very appealing. Another element that we might see in 1.5 is inventory reorganization, so things like having a separate tab for comics. No word yet on the official if this made it into 1.5 or not, but that's something that could be coming. And then perhaps most exciting, we have official news that a new resident will be joining us in 1.5. This is a new resident like My Sweet Piano was, not a new visitor. So we're getting a new permanent character on the island who'll come with friendship quests and leveling and a new hat to collect and new gifts to figure out. So we have not been told who this new visitor is, but we have been told a few things. They are coming in 1.5. They are a resident, not a visitor. They are someone who is requested and discussed in the visitor feedback thread in the official Discord. So that narrows it down somewhat, but there are so many characters in there. And then if you follow Sunblink on Twitter, they had this strange tweet, and recently in the Discord, we were told that the marketing producer did post a little character hint on one of their recently resurrected social channels, and I think this must be what they're talking about. And the tweet says, "Do you have a friend?" And remember, the villagers in this game are referred to as friends. "Do you have a friend whose style you just love?" We do. And then it has a magnifying glass. And the magnifying glass to me says this is a hint. And the picture that is included is a white background with a black elongated oval, or I guess a rectangle with rounded ends on it. It's very curious. My first thought was it almost reminds me of Baymax, but that's a slightly different shape. And then I thought, it's like the blooper in Mario if its eyes were closed and you were zoomed in on its face. So with the Sanrio universe being massive and me being very unfamiliar with all of it, I started searching Google and the wiki to see if there might be something that this image might be referring to. And I found two characters that I feel like match this image pretty well. The first one I found was Puru, which is a seal that I have never seen before that has a pocket and then has this black dot on her head. And with it being a white with the black dot, I thought maybe this is a reference to a top-down look at that and how fun it might be to have a seal character. However, I searched all of the versions of this name in the thread in Discord and it didn't come up anywhere. So I think it's probably not going to be this adorable seal. And that makes me think that is probably the second character that I found, because the second character I found was mentioned repeatedly in the feedback thread on Discord. So that means it could be them. It doesn't mean that it is them because there are so many characters, and this is a pretty cryptic tweet. But the character I'm thinking of now is Spotty Dotty. Spotty Dotty is a female Dalmatian. She wears this headband with a bow. The wiki says, according to the New York Times, she was considered a recent flop for Sanrio in terms of popularity, but the part that really connects for me is it says she is also a fashion designer in New York. And the tweet said, "Do you have a friend whose style you just love?" And if she's a fashion designer and simply saying they love her style, we also recently had a feedback thread about different colors and styles of the clothing that we'd like to see in game. And so I wonder if Spotty Dotty might be introduced in 1.5 and bring with her new clothing line somehow. We do have that window in the back of the Tuxedo Sam's shop that's kind of closed off. So I wonder if there's going to be an extension to his shop, just like there was for My Melodies when we got My Sweet Piano. I couldn't find very much about her other than she works with her friend Sassy, who's this little yellow kitten. She looks very spring. She has flowers on her dress in one of the photos that I found. This feels like a really good fit for the information we have so far. Now, of course, as I was recording and editing, I kept looking for additional characters. And here's one I think actually matches the image better. I'm not so sure about the tweet. That's Hanamaru, another white seal. But what I was drawn to was there is this dash in the name, and thought that maybe the image could be related to the dash or to the whiskers, because the whiskers look very much like the dash because they're straight instead of curved the way that Hello Kitties are. He's a good-natured seal who can be friends with anybody, the wiki says, and is kind of the opposite of Batsmaru, and his hobbies are gardening and taking naps. And with a meadow having plenty of plants, maybe he could be tied into gardening, flowers, something with the meadow. And his skills include hide and seek, so maybe he's been hiding in a meadow somewhere this whole time. Again, all of this is speculation, but I don't know how this one is connected to style, but I do see stronger connections between the image in the tweet and the character design. But what do you think? Who do you think the new resident is going to be? Also, with the addition of a new resident, I wonder how this is going to impact our major story quest, because I was maybe somewhat hopeful that in the next update, maybe we'd finally be able to bring Top Hat and big challenges to reconcile with the island spirit. But if we have a new friend on the island, are we going to need to reach best friends with her and bring her down to the island spirit before that can happen? And in that case, I wonder if the island spirit quest, the part where we bring big challenges and Top Hat, which I'm assuming is going to happen eventually, maybe that is a later update, not 1.5. But in any case, we will have those new friendship quests, those new levels, that new hat. If it's her, little Dalmatian ears, maybe a bow on it, that's what I'm imagining. And we'll likely have additional quests with other villagers or maybe other story quests. I do wonder what the official name Merry Meadow is going to be referring to. There's been some speculation about what if this is a new area. I was looking on the map for where we have these harder or fuzzier borders. I was kind of wondering if maybe over by Retsuko's area with the hot springs, there might be a way to push out the boundaries over there. I keep falling into the water back there. Off of Gemstone Mountain, I could see something being there too. Although if it was there, I feel like going with the seal character who used to work in a bathhouse would kind of make more sense. But if we have a new meadow area, would we be seeing new flowers maybe? We do have that glowing flower down with the island spirit, and it always seemed like we should be doing something more with that. But right now, we don't know the connection between the name and the update. But if you have ideas of what you think it could mean, let us know in the comments below. So what do you think is going to be in update 1.5 Merry Meadow? Who do you think the new resident is going to be? Let us know in the comments below. I'll pass along any new official information as I find it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more Hello Kitty Island adventure content. We'll have the Top Hat Go to Tama video coming out soon for this week. There are a ton of guides on the channel, and we'll have more about update 1.5 as we get it. Turn on notifications to find out the next time we go live. We do live stream each update and all the quests so we can follow along together. Hope to see you there.